there's a different quality. Now I had an insight. It's all about awareness. Awareness of what I'm doing, how I'm relating. Why I'm recording. What goes through my mind while I'm recording. But I believe it's bigger than that. It's not the micro decisions. I believe it's the macro. It's a bit paradoxical because you can't talk about it, or rather it doesn't make sense to talk about it, but you have to know it. I mean, you know it, but you can't talk about it. I mean, it doesn't make sense to talk about it if you know what it's about, if you know what's going on. I can't formulate what's going on, but I know on a deeper level what's going on. So basically, yeah. So that means I don't really know what's going on. I have a feeling, but it doesn't make sense to talk about it. And that's the crazy thing. But I have to talk. I have to talk in front of the camera. I have to do it this way because I have to gain insights, but it doesn't make sense to talk about it because that's not why I gain the insights, if that makes sense. And it's something with... It's really crazy because it's something that runs deeper, but if I say now the thing on the surface, it doesn't... It's not what it's about. So, and it's not about that either. It's not like... So why am I even explaining this? Because it doesn't make sense. Because I know that it's not about the explanation. I know that I have to record those videos. because I have to. It's crazy, it's absolutely crazy, because I can't talk about it because it doesn't make sense. But I know I have to do exactly this kind of video where I'm struggling. On the surface it looks like I'm struggling, but I'm not really struggling, because I know that is what I'm doing, but I can't tell you that. But I did it nonetheless, but that's also part of it. So it's kind of a crazy situation. I'm not going to cut the video, even though I'm aware that it won't get many views because of that, but it's not the point. The point is personal development. I have to do this video for personal development. It's all about the learning which happens in the background. But I'm not allowed to tell it to you, but I did now nonetheless, but I'm not allowed to. But I have to say exactly those lines I'm saying now, even though it may appear wrong, but I have to say them, but I'm not allowed to say it at the same time. That's the paradox. And the beautiful thing is, it means language is only one part of the coin. It means nothing on the one hand, but on the other hand, it means everything. Because I can't talk about it. I am not allowed to talk about it. I mean, I know exactly what's going on, but I'm not allowed to tell you. Because that's the learning experience. But I'm not allowed to say this. It's a secret. But I told you now. I told you. But this is part of what I have to say. I have to say exactly those lines, you know? I have to say exactly those lines. I need to be aware that I have to say them, which I am. I have to tell you that I am aware. So I'm doing everything right. But seemingly I'm doing it wrong because I'm not allowed to tell you this, but this is the paradox. On the one hand, I'm doing it right. On the other hand, I'm doing it wrong. So I'm doing it right from one perspective and wrong from the other perspective. So actually, it's not a paradox. It's not a paradox at all, because when you introduce multiple perspectives, it all makes sense. And I guess that's the main message of this video, which was an unfoldment of this realization, so that you can recognize it live. So I am going to cut this video because this is an important realization, an important lesson, an important message. But it's not for many views, it's not for me. This is my controlling part, which tries to control the outcome, but I have to learn complete detachment from outcome. But it doesn't mean I can't take controlling steps. This is again the next paradox. The next paradox, because I'm not allowed to cut on the one hand, but I have to cut on the other hand. So one part of me wants to gain many views, the other part of me doesn't care, is not allowed to care. And I know, and I have to say exactly those lines because I have to go through the confusion process myself. This is part of the learning experience. It's the only way. So I'm doing exactly the right thing, even though it appears that I'm doing the wrong thing. And this is because of the multiple perspectives. So am I going to cut it or am I not going to cut it? I'm not sure yet. And this is also part of it. This not sure is part of the learning experience. It doesn't matter. Anything, it doesn't matter. But I'm not telling it to you, I'm telling it to myself. It's a play between you and me. No. It looks like confusion, maybe. It looks for you to confuse like confusion, but it's not confusion, I tell you that much. It's actually intelligence that's working. So it's really crazy. It's really crazy. It's really crazy, actually. It's really crazy. Let's take some time to integrate